Minasan, konnichiwa. My name is Kiyomi, and in today's Japan in a Suitcase video, we'll be focusing on a Japanese student's daily life in a Japanese elementary school. So you might be thinking, how would a Japanese student's daily life be any different from America? Isn't it the same? Actually, no, it's very different, and here's why. A normal school day in Japan starts at 8:45 a.m., 1 hour later than most American schools. A general rule for students when they arrive at school is to take off their outdoor shoes and put on their indoor shoes, called wabaki. In Japanese culture, physical education is especially emphasized, with schools implementing physical exercise every morning. This kind of exercise is called radio taiso, meaning radio exercise, where you listen to the radio broadcasting this exercise every morning. This exercise includes all kinds of activities, such as jumping, toe touching, bending over, and so on. When it is time for lunch, students put on a hat and apron to protect their food from falling onto their clothes and going into their hair. Now you might be wondering, why is this attire all necessary just for lunch? Well, the reason is not to only protect your own food, but also because the students serve food on their own to the other students. Although the cooks make the food, they are not expected to serve the students. Instead, the students serve the food to the class, with different students serving the class each day. This was implemented into the Japanese school system to enforce responsibility and self-sufficiency. Lastly, before the school bell goes off at 3:15, students are expected to do osologi, meaning cleaning the school's facilities. Every class is responsible for cleaning its own classrooms and 2 other locations in the school, such as the bathroom and nurse's office. The class is divided into small groups, each of which is responsible for one of the areas to be cleaned. Most Japanese schools don't hire janitors or custodians, and the reason for this is to teach kids from a young age about responsibility and respecting their surroundings. This includes cleaning up after themselves and being able to take care of themselves without relying on anyone. Growing up in Japan, I had the opportunity to experience what a Japanese school is like, attending summer schools. It was definitely a fun and really unique experience because I got to learn more about Japanese culture, but also its education system. So if you are young enough, I definitely encourage you to experience for yourself one day. That's all for today's Japan in a Suitcase video. See you next week. Sayonara!